baseball. We'd like to welcome our opponents, the P Ridge Blackhawks, to our field. Let me first introduce the starting lineup for the visitors. Batting first, number 13, Jace Binge. Batting second, number 10, Parker Wiles. Batting third, number 12, Christopher Barnes. Batting fourth, number 9, Cale Wade. Batting fifth, number 20, Cash Schroeder. Batting sixth, number 2, Rhett Hargis. Batting seventh, number 26, Colin McGar. Batting eighth, number 7, Hamilton Williams. And batting ninth, number 22, Darren Fletcher. And now for the starting lineup for your Inola Longhorns. In right field, batting first, number 10, Zane Howard. In center field, batting second, number 2, Micah Schwing. At shortstop, batting third, number 11, Charlie Castleman. At catcher, batting fourth, number 6, Finley Atchison. At second base, batting fifth, number 12, Gavin Campbell. In left field, batting sixth, number 3, Jake Hennett. At DH, batting seventh, number 26, Ethan Weatherly. At first base, batting eighth, number 24, Matt Stevens. At third base, batting ninth, number 7, Easton Holman. And on the bump, number 16, Xander Williams.
I'd like to welcome everyone into tonight's Haytown Classic, Inola versus P Ridge, Arkansas. On the bump tonight for the Longhorns will be junior Xander Williams. I'm joined in the press box today by Mr. Houston, Pick 6, Will Height. Welcome to the booth there, Houston. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing good, doing good.
Good. You ready to watch some good baseball action in this blustery wind?
I am actually very ready. I've been ready all year. I've been waiting for it.
I will say you did ask me early in the season, saying, "Hey, can I get on a call with you for a baseball game?" I'm like, "Absolutely." You were up in here in the booth with us last year. weren't even a part of the program, but we're still very helpful getting up here with us. So we really appreciated that. So as we fire up the action here, leading off for P Ridge, Jace Binge, number 13. Xander looking to get things on track here. A big thing, early strikes and getting strikes often kind of been a difficult for him thus far this year, hoping he can break through right now as he misses low in the dirt for ball 1. So were you a baseball player growing up?
I was for a little bit, actually. I was, my parents encouraged me to stop playing because I was slow running to first base. So,
Well, that changed as he misses low for ball 2. That's changed as you've gotten older.
it has. I thought about playing this year, but then I was like, I haven't played in so long. Probably shouldn't.
Well, I think I just heard someone pestering you about getting out there for tracks. He misses inside for ball 3.
Oh, yeah. I've been.
But I think I've heard that
for
since
it,
football
yeah.
season, so. No, but nice night for baseball. Clear blue skies. He hits the inside corner for strike 1. Just a little breezy out there. So I apologize to our fans out there listening and watching, as you might hear a good gust of wind come through, hit the mics, but swings through fastball for strike 2, bringing the count full at 3-2. Strong defense behind Xander tonight. I'd like to welcome back Easton Hallman, making his Longhorn debut tonight. Coming back from an injury during the football season as he misses just outside for ball 4. Next up for P Ridge is number 10, Parker Wiles. Longhorns off to a good start this year. I believe about 7-2 on the season. A lot of players contributing, which is always a good thing. A lot of turnover from last year's team, but finding a lot of success with these young kids and returning starters. Misses high for ball one. Running your camera tonight, making her baseball debut is Mel, part of the Longhorn Media program. High fly ball, that one's gonna exit stage right for strike one, bringing the count to 1-1. So as we get going, I'm gonna give you a couple innings to think about it, but I wanna get into this little game you seniors are playing. I see you're wearing your goggles, very prepared. Kind of go over some of the rules and regulations for our fans out there that might see kids running around with squirt guns so they can better understand what they're witnessing.
Yeah, so basically it's a big room all the seniors play, and every week you get a target who you have to take out with either a water gun or even like a water bottle. And you basically, if you get them, then they're out. But someone's also trying to hunt you down, and so if they get you, you're out. And you basically just work it all the way down till you get a winner, and then they basically win.
Runner takes off there, fires down to second. Not in time. We'll get a stolen base there. And the goggles are your protection, if I remember correctly,
yes.
right? Okay.
So if you got your goggles on, they can't get you out. But once a week, twice a week, there'll be a purge, and your goggles won't protect you. So
I'm waiting for that moment. I want to watch the chaos that ensues.
It's gonna be chaotic, yeah.
Count 2-1 here to Wiles. Hits that one to left field. And tracks all the way back to the wall for the first out of the inning.
Fly out to the left fielder for the first out of the inning. That brings up number 12, Christopher Barnes.
One down here in the top of the first inning. Stepping to the plate now, Christopher Barnes, number 12. Binge takes his lead from second. Just inside for ball one. As I kind of talked about earlier, Xander's got the arm talent. He's got the stuff. It's just finding a way to hone that all in, be a little more consistent, pounding that zone, a little more strike to ball ratio. Just something he's kind of struggled with early in the season. It's hard ground ball to the left side. It's going to get through for a base hit. Runner holds at third. First and third here in the top of the first inning with one out. It's a single by Barnes. Stepping to the plate now, number 9, Cale Wade. RBI opportunity here with one out and runners on the corners. Got Hallman at third, Castleman at short. Campbell has a hard ground ball to the shortstop, looking to turn two here to get out of the inning. Oh,
that's a little
call there by the umpire, says he pulled his foot at first. Close play there. That fielder's choice will bring in a run. First run of the game here. Banish scores from third on that fielder's choice. Coming to the plate now is Cash Schrader, number 20. But as I was saying, Campbell at second and Stevens at first with Atchison behind the plate. Hard ground ball right back to the pitcher. A little flip to first for the third out of the inning. After 1/2 inning, it is Pea Ridge 1, Longhorns 0. Stepping to the plate for the Longhorns here in the bottom of the first inning, right fielder Zane Howard. Howard off to a very hot start this year. I believe at the last game I heard a stat he's had a hit in every game, and hopefully he can keep that rolling. At least match, if not exceed, the one run that P. Ridge scored at the top of the inning. Takes for inside strike, ball for strike one. Hard ground ball. Nice play by the pitcher right there. Nice little flip to first for the first out of the inning. Hard hit ball. He'll take that every day of the week.
That brings up our center fielder, number 2, Micah Schwing.
And you probably all hear it before I even say it, but stepping to the plate, center fielder Micah Schwing. Takes in the dirt for ball one. Schwing always a big threat up there to lay down a little bunt. Good speed on the base paths. Takes high for ball two, bring the count 2-0. So at what point did you stop playing baseball? Were you pretty little still?
I think it was about 4th grade probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe a little bit younger actually. It's hard for me to remember.
Right.
But
Swings through strike one, bringing the count to 2-1.
I wish I would have stuck with it because I feel like I could have been pretty good at it.
It's a beautiful game. Does attempt there on the bunt, bringing the count 2-2 with one out here in the bottom of the first inning. For fans at home, Longhorns play at 10 tomorrow as well as 10 on Saturday. Both games will be streamed by Longhorn Media, so if you're unable to make it, feel free to log in YouTube. Longhorn Media will take you there, and hope you enjoy the show as the count comes to 3-1. I believe 3-2, that's correct. Takes high for ball 4 right there. First base runner of the afternoon for the Longhorns. Stepping to the plate now, shortstop Charlie Castleman. One of a couple or a few returning starters from last year's squad. As I stated earlier, just a lot of turnover. We were talking about before the game, just, the dynamic of last year's team in comparison to this year's team. Very different teams, but nonetheless, last year obviously experienced a lot of success, just one series away from the state tournament. I see a very more evenly balanced squad, but a lot of contributors out here, which is going to help as he takes outside for ball 1. Castleman, one of the starters returning, as well as Schwing and Atchison behind the plate. Gavin Campbell had his moment, started quite a few games last year, got plenty of opportunities, so a lot of young contributors, a couple of freshmen out there, so Schwing takes his lead from first with a 1-out count to Castleman. Hard ground ball to second, bobbles it. Throw is not going to be in time. Good hustle down the line.
And something I noticed about Charlie is he got such a long stride. He's
deceptively
not
quick.
super fast, but I mean he can get where he's going pretty quickly.
A name I just stated before, Finley Atchison, starting catcher, stepping to the plate, returning starter from last year before I think it was a broken arm, yeah. Pretty bad injury for a very talented young ball player. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. Off to a very difficult out. A lot of good contact, and not just contact, it's hard contact. I mean, very good at the plate, so. Line drive right back to the first baseman. A little jam piece right there for the second out of the inning.
Brings up our second baseman, number 12, Gavin Campbell.
Up now, second baseman, number 12, Gavin Campbell. You know what they say about Campbell's soup, don't you?
What do they say?
Oh, it's good. That used to be my line in basketball.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Hard line drive to right field. That's going to run to the wall. That'll score 2. Nice RBI double right there by Gavin Soup Campbell.
That double to the right field fence. Scores 2.
Uh-oh. What's going on down here?
Waiting on the call right here. All right, backing this one up a bit. Apparently, a balk was called by the umpire, which does advance the runners, but unfortunately brings Campbell back to the plate after that beautiful double to the right field wall. Unfortunately, I have a pretty good view up here. I see the whole field, and unfortunately, I did not see the call that the umpire apparently made. Kind of funny, I'm having both coaches trying to understand what's taking place, and much to my chagrin, I don't think they understand as well as I do either. So Campbell back at the plate now. Runners now on second and third after that balk, apparent balk. John Head Yates getting his 2 cents in down there on the first base line. Can't say I disagree with him. But running it back again, we got 2 outs right here. Back to 0-0 count. Campbell looking to hopefully get this a similar result right here as we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning with runners on second and third and Gavin Campbell at the plate. Take strike 1 right there, bringing the count to 0-1. Apologizes, 1-1, make that 2-1 now. My statistician's feeding me some improper information as he misses low right there, bringing it to 2-1. I blame her father, not her mother. Just misses outside right there, bringing the count 3-1. 2 outs here, bottom of the first inning. Check that 2-2. Trying to read the scoreboard here, 3-1. Fouls that one on the right side. Nice little dent on a maroon vehicle over there. Count is full again. Runners on second, third, 2 outs. Pitcher sets and delivers. Ground ball to shortstop's got to rush the throw a little bit. Nice. That's going to throw that one away. Go. Not the same way, but the outcome is the same with 2 runs scoring on that. I would call it a single. I'm going to call it a single. Had to rush that throw with that blazing speed down the line. Those 2 RBIs bring the score to 2-1 with the Longhorns in the lead. And we talked about the youth movement here. You got stepping to the plate now. You have a freshman in Jace Kent. Takes ball 1, just missing outside. Kent, an everyday starter. I had the pleasure of coaching him last year as an 8th grader, and I mean, you played with him on the football field. You see the talent that he possesses. Takes high for ball 2. Looking to kind of chisel out his spot, you know, find his successes out there, and it's early in the season. It's obviously a little different speed of the game and everything, so it's just getting acclimated, but
Yeah, for sure.
Check swing right there. Apparently did go for strike one, bring the count to 2-1.
He definitely has a bright future.
Oh, absolutely.
Sport-wise.
I can't speak on his academics. I'm not entirely sure as he hits that one to the left side for a single. Good piece of hitting right there, going the other way with it. Now runners on first and second with 2 outs. This brings up one of my favorites this year. Ethan Weatherly, I'd always heard when he was younger, middle school, and then coming up into high school, like, hey, he's a real good ball player. Stepped away from the game for a little bit, decided to come back out this year, and had to work his way back. And it's one of those you see they have to earn it. Just because you could play then, you know, you got to prove it to the coaches. You got to show them is that where he wears that one for a hit by pitch.
That hit by pitch loads up the bases for our first baseman.
Right off the
Number
dome.
24, Cash Stevens.
But started the year, you know, he wasn't a starter. He had his opportunity made for pinch hit or pinch run or courtesy run. When he did get his opportunity to start hitting with the unfortunate injury to Gideon Rogers, which slated in Cash Stevens at first base, he started crushing the ball. And he's hitting really well. And as we sit here, we got bases loaded now with first baseman Cash Stevens stepping to the plate.
Safe.
Safe at second. That's good hustle right there. That's a great piece of running, getting there, beating him to the bag. That's why you hustle everything out. I love to see stuff like that. It's plays like that that give guys opportunities to get in the game and play.
That brings up our third baseman, number 7, Easton Hallman.
Easton Hallman stepping up to the plate. Your starting third baseman for his first game of the year. Getting his opportunity to play. Calls that one to the right side. He ain't afraid to swing, I can tell you that much. Calls that one off for strike one. Check swing right there for strike two, bring the count to 0-2. Gotta feel, you know, nerves are probably running high, you know, just his first game back after a bad injury during the football season. So just gotta calm down, relax.
There you go.
Hard hit ball to short. Nice play at the shortstop, flip to second. Fielder's choice right there for the third out.
That's right. The final out of the inning, but not before a Longhorns plate 3 at the end of 1.
Good piece of hitting right there in the first inning. Longhorns put a nice little crooked number on the board, find a way to get 3 back. After 1, it's P Ridge 1, Longhorns 3.
It's number 2, Rhett Vargas.
All right. Stepping into the top of the second inning with the Longhorns leading 3-1. Second baseman Rhett Vargas. I do apologize for any fans out there if I'm saying your name wrong. Catches the outside corner for strike one. Something we really need to see a lot of from Xander Days, just early and often. Get that first pitch strike, settle in.
Yeah, and hopefully this game can be a good confidence booster for him.
Oh, 100%. He needs one of those. Slow grounder to third, played by Hallman, fired across the diamond for the first out of the inning. And I'll say this, as your first game back, getting that nice, easy ground ball to settle in. I mean, that's a good feeling.
For sure. Well, and having such high expectations as everybody has for him, you know. So, I mean, it's a lot of pressure.
Potential is through the roof, but it's just play your game. I mean, I know you probably have a lot of pressure on yourself because the expectations, as you just said, are very high for him. But ease back in, get control, get back in shape, get your swing back, and you'll be just fine. Misses low right there for ball 2. At the plate right now is catcher Colin McGar. This is outside for ball 3, bringing the count to 3-0.
Good
Catches
pitch
the
there.
outside corner for strike 1. Count now 3-1. That one's going to be hit sharply to right field. Wind's going to carry that a bit.
Nice.
Tracked down by Zane Howard for the first out of the inning. Gotta love it when you start out 3-0 and then find a way to get that out. Good pitching right there. Way to start pounding that zone late. 2 outs now here in the top of the second inning. Stepping to the plate now is left fielder Hamilton Williams. Swings through strike 1 right there. Two outs here, 0-1 count with your Longhorns leading at the top of the second inning, 3-1. Just misses the inside corner for ball 1, bringing the count to 1-1. So I see you have your goggles on today. You're well prepared.
Very prepared.
Are you aware of who you have? Because you don't know who has you. Because you're all are given one name, and that's who your goal is to get out. So you don't have to say yours on the air. I'm not going to make you. But, so you know who you have. Are you?
I know who I have.
Okay. Do they know that you know?
No.
Okay.
This is
fouls that one off the right side, bring the count to 2-2.
This person is the only person on the list of seniors that I did not know until I had her as my target, actually.
Now you just gave them a clue. You gave the fans out there a clue. You said her.
Well, I doubt.
Or
I
is
doubt
that a
she's
trick?
Watching. She's a
okay.
very.
Well, I hope she is.
Yeah, I hope she is.
This is just high on that one for ball 1. Say hello to my wife out there. Just got a text saying she's listening. So I hope you're enjoying the game and the commentary provided by me and Houston Pick 6 Will Height. Count 3-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. This is that one inside for ball 4. Coming to the plate now, right fielder Darren Fletcher, number 22. 2 outs here, runner on first base. Xander looking to get out of here with the 3rd out and get back to the dugout. Let his boys do some batting, hopefully get a few more runs.
Good on there.
Catches the outside corner for strike 1. Good start. Same spot for strike 2, hitting his spots early in this at-bat. You know, we talked about the infield earlier, but one of the most impressive things to me, I mean, you have a great catcher behind the plate. Finley Atchison's got a lot of talent. I look at the outfield, and I just see the athletes and the speed out there. And, I mean, the amount of ground they can cover. You got Zane Howard in right. You have Micah Schwing in center and Jace Kent in left. And, you know, I'm unbelievably impressed with the talent they have out there and the ability they have to, I mean, cover the entirety of the ground from left to right field line.
Yeah, I remember towards the beginning of the year, I was talking to Sue about it, and he was a little nervous about the outfield situation. But, I mean, they've done pretty good this year so
Everything
far.
I've seen so far, I feel pretty good. Xander Williams gets the strikeout right there, bring the 3rd out of the inning after 2. After 1.5, it is Longhorns 3, Pea Ridge 0. 1. All right, picking up the action here in the bottom of the second with your Longhorns leading 3-1. After everyone batted around in the first inning, we're back to the top of the lineup with Zane Howard. Howard with a hard ground ball with a nice play by the pitcher back in the first inning.
Oh.
Fouls that one off back into the softball field for strike 1. Maddie might have dropped that one. 0-1 the count here to Zane Howard. This is high right, takes high right there for ball 1. Pitcher delivers high and outside for ball 2. Oh, on the mound now we do have a new pitcher. Looks like Hamilton Williams is stepping to the mound right now, number 7. This is low for ball 3, bringing the count to 3-1. Pitcher sets and delivers.
Ooh.
Ground ball to the right side. That'll be find a way through. Leadoff single for Zane Howard here in the bottom of the second inning.
Brings up our center fielder, number 2, Micah Schwing.
Micah Schwing stepping the plate. Worked a walk back in the bottom of the first inning. Now, I don't consider myself Nostradamus, but I'm going to say there's a really good chance we're going to see a bunt right here. Schwing tried to utilizing his speed, hoping to advance the runner and beat something out to first base. Pitcher checks, picks to first. About got away from him there. Nice play by the first baseman. No outs here in the bottom of the second. Howard leads off from first base as Schwing takes low and away for ball 1. So I know you said you haven't played baseball in a while. Looking out there, what position do you think? Like, if I still played, that's probably where I'd be playing.
I think I could play outfield,
As Schwing takes ball 2 right there.
honestly.
You ever get out there and just throw a baseball around?
Yeah, all the time. But
It's one of my
that's the
favorite
thing.
pastimes.
I feel like I have enough arm talent to play in the outfield. But
Catch
it's
the
just
outside corner, bring the count to 2-1.
the experience part
Right.
is why I didn't.
And there's something to be said. I mean, anybody, you got people that play outfield that are, oh man, they're lightning quick. It's your ability to judge baseball off the bat that really kind of separates.
Yeah.
Takes strike 2 right there, bringing the count to 2-2. Schwing looking to do a job here and advance that runner. Set the table for Charlie Castleman here, batting third for the Longhorns. Misses outside, bring the count full, 3-2. Schwing works his second walk of the game. They'll put runners on first and second with shortstop Charlie Castleman stepping to the plate.
That walk moves the runner in scoring position for our shortstop, number 11, Charlie Castleman.
Castleman with a hard ground ball, his last at bat. Fielding error, but nonetheless found himself on base and scored the second run of the game, of the inning for the Longhorns. As Howard leads off from second, Schwing from first. Castleman puts that one down the first baseline. Second does a good job covering the base. That sac bunt advances both runners.
That sacrifice bunt moves 2 runners in scoring position for our catcher, number 6, Finley Atchison.
RBI opportunity right here for Finley Atchison. Lined out to first base his last at bat. Little jam piece caught him a little bit on his hands, but looking to do a job here and driving a couple more runs. Put another crooked number up on the board. Takes it outside corner for strike 1. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Longhorns leading 3-1. Ground ball over the pitcher's head, played up the middle, fires across to first for the first out of the inning, or second out of the inning. That ball gets away from your third baseman. Schwing will score. That's 2 runs scoring right there. Good base runner right there.
That's 6-3 put out.
RBI right there by Finn Atchison. Scoring Howard. Micah Schwing scores on a throwing error by the first baseman. Bases are clear now with 2 outs. Step into the plate. Second baseman, number 12, Gavin Soup Campbell. Takes for ball 1. I'd like to welcome Michael Rock to the press box. Takes outside corner for strike 1. You bring the count to 1-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Where's that one between the numbers?
Wouldn't take it.
Hey, any way on, I always say.
Hit by pitch. Brings up our left fielder, number 3, Jace Kent.
Stepping to the plate now, left fielder Jace Kent. Kent scored on a single to the left side in his first at-bat. Or didn't score, but got a base hit on his first at-bat. Leading off from first, Campbell with 2 outs. Kent swings through strike 1. He can definitely put a charge into a ball when he gets a hold of it.
I know, that's what I was thinking right there. It's like, man, if you would have got a piece of that.
Coached many a year of junior high baseball and saw more home runs by him than almost all my other years combined last year. So he takes that one off the bottom of the foot, I believe. Second hit by back-to-back hit by pitches.
For DH, number 26, Ethan Weatherly.
Stepping to the plate now, DH Ethan Weatherly and had a hit by pitch in the first inning. So we're going to step away from the action. after the meeting on the mound. Again, stepping to the plate right now, DH Ethan Weatherly. Weatherly with a hit by pitch back in the first inning. He's coming up with runners on first and second here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Takes a low and away for ball 1. High and away for ball 2, bringing the count to 2-0. Campbell leads off from second, Kent from first. Catches the outside corner for strike 1, bringing the count to 2-1. Wind's dying down a little bit. Again, great night out there, very comfortable weather. Pitcher sets and delivers. Weatherly swings through strike 2 right there. Bringing the count to 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Count 2-2 here with Ethan Weatherly at the plate. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Pitcher sets and delivers. Misses inside right now, right there, bringing the count full. Runners will be in motion with 2 outs here and a full count. Find a gap right here, and that should score 2 with the speed you have on the base paths. Hard ball to the right side. Oh, hits the runner. Dead ball right there. Chase tried to jump over and avoid that. Just caught him in the foot. That will be the 3rd out of the inning.
Final out of the inning. But not before a Longhorns play 2.
Longhorns scratch across 2 runs here in the bottom of the second inning. After 2 innings, it is your Longhorns 5, P Ridge 1. The action picks up here. Top of the 3rd inning. Back to the top of the order with Jace Binge. Binge walked back in the 1st inning as he takes strike 1. Just misses right there, bringing the count to 1-1.
Oh.
Hard hit ball.
Get there, Schween.
It's going to hit the gap. That one's going to run about to the wall. Strong throw back to the infield. Got a play at 3rd right here. Great relay right there.
Nice.
Nice relay back in from Schwang, picked up by shortstop Castleman.
What a throw from all
That
the way
was
out there.
beautiful. And great job right there at Castleman backing up that throw, picking him up, making a nice strong throw to third. Interesting choice to try to advance. I mean, obviously they don't know a lot about us. We don't know a lot about them, but not knowing what kind of arm that the Longhorns possess in center field with Micah Schwing. That ball's hit deep to the right field corner. Howard not going to make it there. Need that go-go gadget arm to get there. At the plate now, Parker Willis, I do apologize. I'm not entirely sure. Takes low and away for ball one, bringing the count to 1-1. Again, though, great relay, great throws right there for the first out. He takes high for ball two, bringing the count 2-1. Looking out on the track, for those that don't know, the track was resurfaced over spring break. They got the lines painted right now, and it looks pretty good. Ball caught there on the left field line by Jace Kent for the second out of the inning.
That brings up number 12, Christopher Barnes.
At the plate now, it's number 12, Barnes. Takes low and away for ball one. Strong start for Xander on the mound right now. Obviously, it makes you feel a little bit better when your team scratches across 5 runs in the first 2 innings as Castleman plays that one, fires across the diamond for the third out of the inning.
1, 2, 3, top of the third.
So Xander continues to be under control and kind of handle everything so far. And after 2.5, it's Longhorns 5, Pea Ridge 1.
Leading off for our Longhorns in the bottom of the third, our first baseman, number
All
24.
right, picking up action here in the bottom of the third inning with the Longhorns leading 5-1. Cash Stevens stepping up to the plate. Cash with an RBI single back in the first inning.
Ooh, starting off strong.
Ball's hit to the left side. Ball is caught. Tough
That's a
play
good
right
play.
there. Travel a long way to get there. Cash put a charge into that one. Unfortunately, that wind's kind of blowing in a little bit. But nonetheless, well hit, well struck ball. After that long fly out, stepping to the plate right now, third baseman Easton Holman. Holman grounded out in fielder's choice 6-4 back in the first inning. Take strike one right there. Again, another one I've had the pleasure of coaching for a couple of years during his junior high career, and not a lot can be said, add to what's already been said about him. Great talent, hard grounder to short, fires across the diamond for the second out of the inning. He's found a lot of success playing at a very high level thus far in his
6-3
career and
cutoff.
hoping to carry that on into his high school career and
Our right fielder,
likely onto a college career.
Zane Howard.
Zane Howard stepping to the plate for the third time in 3 innings. Grounded out, hard ground ball back to the pitcher in the first and a single back in the second. Take strike 1 right there. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning with your Longhorns leading 5-1. Swings through 1 in the dirt right there, fooled him for strike 2, bring the count to 0-2. Takes right there for ball 1. Howard looking to get things started for the Longhorns after 2 quick outs. And takes for strike 3. Good pitch right there. After 2-3, it is your Longhorns 5. P Ridge 1.
5. P Ridge.
All right, picking up action here in the top of the 4th inning.
Number 9, Cale Wade.
Xander Williams, great start on the mound so far through his 3 innings pitched. Stepping to plate right now, number 9, Cale Wade. Wade hit a fielder's choice back in the first inning as he takes ball 1. Williams misses right there for ball 2, bring the count 2-0. High right there, 3-0. Takes for strike 1 right there. Count now 3-1 with no outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Now I know I have one Longhorn Media swings through strike 2. Longhorn Media member up here that was with me last year for the marathon that was baseball here at the Haytown Classic. I think we got done about 2:30 in the morning. I believe it was against P Ridge as well, that final game, as Xander misses outside for ball 4. Great baseball all day. And if I remember correctly, and I was talking to someone earlier, of all the games played, I think it was Saturday. Of all the games played, only one game didn't go extra innings. But it was the game that didn't go extra innings that was the longest.
Which is
Salina
crazy to
and
think.
Verdigris, right.
Yeah.
Salina was up, I believe, 8-1 and ended up losing like 13-11. But it was just the run scored, the pitching. I mean, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it was a marathon.
Yeah, me and Big K were actually talking about the other day about how long into the night it went.
He did offer on that one. Bunt attempt does it. Pickoff to first is not in time. But Xander starts off that count much like you want to with a strike. Pick to first, not in time. Count 0-1 to the batter, Cash Schrader. Schrader grounded, hard ground ball right back to the pitcher. Nice play by Xander back in the first inning.
Come on,
Hard bunt to the
Xander.
first side. Gets away. Xander tried to make a tough play right there and throws it away. Runner will advance to third on that throwing error by the pitcher, Xander Williams.
Batter puts a runner scoring position for number 2, Rhett Hargis.
So one thing I watch right there, and I'm sure there's different schools of thought. My school of thought is slow roller like that, I'm going to use my hand to pick it up. That way I don't have to make that transition from glove to hand and try. If I can just pick it up with my hand, nice, easy toss to him. But I'm sure there's differing schools of thought. Maybe it was going a little faster than what I perceived up here.
Yeah.
Runners on first and third, no outs here. Is a pick to first. Great job by Cash Stevens knocking that one down.
Well, and I would almost trust my hand a little bit more than a glove right there anyways, in that certain situation. But
nonetheless, first and third right here with no outs. And Rhett Hargis step into the plate. Takes outside for ball 1. So what are your big plans after your senior year of high school? Finishing up, and then we are going to try to do...
I've been back and forth. I thought about being a cop.
Takes high for ball 1.
I thought about coming back to Inola and being a teacher and a coach, and maybe even I was talking to TJ about maybe even a youth pastor, but
Oh, okay.
just I want to
Kind of running like 3 completely different directions there, but nonetheless, I like it.
I want to.
Options aren't a bad thing.
Yeah, I want to be active. I don't want every day to be the same. I want to help people, if that makes sense. Which all 3 of those you can help.
Absolutely. We have a conference on the mound, so we're going to take a break from the action here with runners on first and third with no outs here in the top of the 4th inning. After that conference on the mound, back to the action again. Rhett Hargis at the plate with a 2-0 count. Runners on first and third. Runner takes off from first. He'll stand up with the stolen base right there. Second and third now. That's a ball right there. Bring the count to 3-0. Xander catches the outside corner right there for strike 1. Bring the count to 3-1. Think in this situation, Longhorns would be okay with a run score as long as they can get an out. That's exactly what they're looking for. Pop up. Ball's called by Soup there at second. Gets the first out. Couldn't ask for a better situation right there. A little pop up to your second baseman.
That fly out to the second baseman with the first out of the inning. That brings up number 26, Colin McGar.
Colin McGar stepping to the plate with a long fly ball to right field, tracked down by Zane Howard back in the second inning. 1 out here. Runners on second and third. Misses outside for ball 1. So are you an avid baseball watcher, or just from time to time you'll watch a little bit of baseball?
I would say I watch it pretty often.
Okay.
But I'm not like it's not like football or something.
Right.
But
He takes right there for ball 2. I wish I wasn't a watcher today, as my Twins fell 2-1 to the Baltimore Orioles. Opening day for most today in the major leagues. Exciting day of baseball. Misses outside for ball 3, bring the count to 3-0. Just misses inside. Thought it might have caught the corner right there. Second walk of the inning will load the bases, bringing up Hamilton Williams.
That walk loads up the bases for number 7, Hamilton Williams.
See how the Longhorns decide to play this one with the infield. Looks like they'll bring corners up, playing double play depth up the middle. As Williams sets and delivers. This is right there for ball 1. So we got time called. With time being called, we'll go ahead and take a break from the action. With the bases loaded here with 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Longhorns leading 5-1.
Longhorns is number 23, Reed McConnell.
Xander Williams' day ends. 3 1/3 innings pitched, 1 K, 4 walks, 1 hit, and 1 run. Reed McConnell is on the bump now. He will inherit off. Bases loaded. He inherited a 1-0 count with 1 out as he misses low for ball 2. Misses low, bring the count to 3-0.
Lefty.
Mm-hmm.
Switched up a little bit.
You're just talking about another one of a few on this team that I had the pleasure as they were growing up getting to coach or just be a dad and watch them play, but a good little group of ball players. He misses high for ball 4 right there. That walk brings in a run.
High walk scores a run, bringing up number 22, Darren Fletcher.
Bases are still loaded here. Stepping to the plate right now, right fielder Darren Fletcher, number 22. Fletcher struck out swinging back in the second inning. As McConnell misses for ball 1. Again, one of the struggles is just settling in. I mean, coming into a game, bases loaded, it's a tough spot to come into, but trust your defense, throw strikes, pitch to contact as he misses right there for a 2-0 count. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. Hopefully that builds a little confidence. Hit your spots. Nice little ground ball up the middle, turn 2, get out of this inning would be a good thing.
Yeah, to be thrown in with bases loaded.
That's a tough spot.
It's not very,
but
very fun.
Nonetheless, situationally, you just got to be prepared for about anything. So as he misses right there, bringing the count to 3-1. Batter swings through that one, bringing the count full. Bases loaded with 1 out. Catches the corner right there for strike 3. Good pitch right there by Reed McConnell. That strikeout looking. Rolls the lineup back over to the top. Jace Binge steps to the plate. Binge with a walk and a double. Got cut down at third and a nice relay back in the 3rd inning. Just misses low right there for ball 1. This is high for ball 2. Two-0 count, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning with the Longhorns leading 5-2. Catches the outside corner right there for strike 1, bring the count to 2-1. I mean, you look at me, I say 1 out, you get put in there with bases loaded, escaping with just 1 run scored. I think about any coach would be pretty pleased with that. Hard ground ball to the left side, played by Hallman, fired across the diamond for the 3rd out of the inning. Good job right there by Reed McConnell stepping in and doing a job.
Way to avoid a very
for, one of those big innings. So after 3.5, it is your Longhorns 5, Pea Ridge 2.
the bottom of the fourth. Our center fielder, number 2, Micah Swain.
Picking up the action here in the bottom of the fourth inning with the Longhorns leading 5-2. Stepping to the plate right now, center fielder Micah Schwing. Schwing 0 for 0 today with after he's worked 2 walks back in the first and the second inning. Pitcher misses high right there for ball 1. Schwing swings through a strike right there, bringing the count to 1-1. For the fans at home, when I talked earlier about the game last year against Pea Ridge that finished about 2 in the morning, it was Brilliantly the Brat Pratt that was up here with me in the booth. I was reprimanded for not mentioning her name earlier. I do apologize, not very sincerely, but nonetheless, I do apologize. Misses low and away right there, bringing the count to 3-1. And we talked earlier, you and I kind of about last year's team in comparison to this year's team. And I mean, you go down the line and everybody has contributed in one way or all 9, 1 through 9, has contributed in one way or another, whether it's getting on base, getting an RBI, something. And I think that's what makes this team go.
Yeah.
It's not 1 or 2 guys. It's a collective group of 12 guys when you include other pitchers that you have that can step in and do a job.
And I feel like this year they're just a lot more consistent.
And it's, it's a talented group, and I know it's a different group, but I think there's a lot of potential here to make some noise in 4A this year. As Schwing works his 3rd walk of the game thus far and stepping to the plate now, Charlie Castleman. Castleman reached on an error in the first and had a nice sac bunt back in the second. Takes inside right there for ball 1. Pitcher set, picks first, not in time. Swing slides back in safely.
Ooh, wanted that one.
Fouled back right there as John Head Yates looking for a balk, it appears, over there at first base. A man that is not afraid to speak his mind.
Definitely not.
I, as one, greatly appreciate that, whether on the baseball diamond or on the football field.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely let me have it a few times.
Oh, I believe it. Fouls that one back onto the softball diamond. Looks like an E8 by Brindley. Count now 2-2 to Charlie Castleman. Check that 1 and 2. Castleman swings through strike 3 right now for the first out of the inning.
Strikeouts the first side of the inning. That brings
Stepping
up our
to the plate
catcher,
right now.
number 6,
Finley
Finley
Atchison had a line out to the first baseman back in the first and an RBI ground out back in the second. To welcome Big Daddy Patty Mullen to the press box. Freshly minted father of many new puppies. His dog had puppies. Nice play by the third baseman right there. Not
Golly,
able to get the
swings
man
quick.
at second. Fires across the diamond to catch Finley at first for the second out of the inning.
That 5-3 putout moves the runner in scoring position for second baseman, number 12, Gavin Campbell.
Second baseman Gavin Campbell stepping to the plate back in the first, robbed of a double, but gets a single and an RBI and had a hit by pitch back in the second. I feel just listening to people's intro music, I could learn a lot about music.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't want to listen to a lot of what I'm hearing. Swings through that first pitch fastball for strike 1. Schwing stands on second right now with Soup at the plate. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Fouls that one to the right side, bringing the count to 0-2.
Ooh, Carr's got lucky over there.
Oh, I always look for a couple of those. One got hit pretty good earlier. I had one back. God, I was probably 13. And a foul ball came back and drilled the passenger side of the windshield. And I mean, they went and put duct tape on both sides to hold it. And then I literally had to, in the passenger seat, very illegal, put my foot up as we're driving home. So it wouldn't, like, to keep it from, it was a pretty sketchy situation. This Campbell takes ball 1 right there, bringing the count to 1-2. Two outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Gavin seems very calm and composed this game, too. You like to see that.
Oh, absolutely, as it gets 2-2 count. After I was reprimanded by him, actually, after last game, rudely interrupted a conversation I was having with a fellow parent. And said, he's like, you can't come to my games anymore. To which I questioned why. He's like, because I had my worst game and you were here. Apparently, I have bad juju. I don't know.
He's having a pretty good game so far this game, though.
I agree. It's a hard line drive right at the shortstop. One of those you just tell as a coach, you just say, hey, you know what? Don't change a thing. You hit it, you squared it up. You just happen to hit it right at him. But nonetheless, after 4 innings, it is your Longhorns 5, Pea Ridge 2.
Parker Wiles.
All right, picking up the action here in the top of the 5th inning. Stepping to the plate right now, Parker Wiles. Back in the 1st and the 3rd, had a fly out to left fielder Jace Kent as he takes ball 1. Reed McConnell for your Longhorns, still on the bump. Got out a nice jam last inning, only surrendering 1 run. Swings through, strike 1. Count now 1-1 here from Wiles. Fouls that one back to the left side. Bring the count to 1-2. Connell looking to settle in here in his first full inning of action. Nice curveball right there. Hard hit ball to Hallman. Fields it and fires across the diamond.
I dropped it.
Cash Stevens tries to apply the tag, does knock the ball out of his glove. He will advance on a throwing error by Hallman. So that Wiles will end up on second with that throwing error.
Christopher Barnes.
Stepping to the plate now, Christopher Barnes, number 12. Ground out to second and ground out to short in the 1st and the 3rd. Runner on second, no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. That ball fouled to the right side. That will get out of play for strike 1. quiet night here at the ballpark.
It's quiet.
As McConnell sets and delivers. Just misses high right there for ball one, bringing the count to 1-1. I'd like to remind everybody for the Haytown Classic continues tomorrow with your Longhorns playing at 10 a.m. And again, they'll play at 10 a.m. on Saturday as well. This is in the dirt. Nice dig right there by Atchison for ball three. Count now 3-1. Runner on second, no outs here in the top of the fifth inning. Ground ball to the right side, fielded by Campbell. Nice slide and stop right
Good
there.
throw
Makes
by
a good throw
Campbell.
to first for the first out of the inning.
He made that throw look very easy. That is not an easy throw to make
Oh,
all
no.
the time.
That's what I love is, you know, make the easy look easy.
4-3 put out the first out of the inning.
Make
Moving
the
runner to third
difficult
base for number
look
9,
routine.
Hale Wade.
I mean, I know that's easier said than done, but he made a very tough play right there look fairly routine. And that's what I'm talking about with this defense. They make a lot of tough plays look
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, that's what I do. So
I think a lot of that just comes down to experience and field time.
I agree. Stepping to the plate right now, Cale Wade. Wade hit fielder's choice back in the first inning and walked in the fourth. Takes ball one in the dirt. Runner on third here with one out in the top of the fifth inning. Batter swings. Looked like he was fooled right there on that off speed. Swings through that one, bringing the count 1-1. Nice block right there by Atchison behind the plate. Is that ball in the dirt for ball two? Ground ball fielded by Hallman, fired across the diamond for the second out of the inning. That will plate one run.
5-3 put out the second out of the inning, taking 1 run. That brings up number 2, Rhett Argus. Sorry, number 20, Cash Schroeder.
Stepping to the plate right now, Cash Schroeder. Schroeder grounded back to the pitcher back in the first inning. And error on the first baseman, or error on the pitcher, and a little throwing error back in the fourth. 2 outs here, top of the fifth, 1-0 count to Schroeder. McConnell sets and fires, misses high for ball two. Just misses low right there, bringing the count to 3-0. Take right there for ball four. Schroeder walks with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth inning.
That walk brings up number 2, Rhett Argus.
Takes high for ball one right there. 1-0 count, runner on first with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth inning.
Nice.
Swings through strike one right there. The plate now, Rhett Hardgess, second baseman, number 2. Misses in the dirt right there for ball 2. Two-one count for Hargis. Little bloop down the right field line will drop for a single. Schrader advancing to third on that base hit.
That single moves the runner scoring position for number 26, Colin McGar.
Stepping the plate now, Colin McGar, number 26. He's flew out to right field and walked in the second and walked back in the fourth. Runners on first and third with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Longhorns leading 5-3. Catch the outside corner for strike 1. Connell sets and fires. Popped up, right side. That is going to be just outside the fence line for strike 2. Bring the count to 0-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Kind of looking to get himself out of this little jam right here. Misses outside for ball 1, bringing the count to 1-2.
Battle up right here, Colin.
Connell misses high for ball 3. Took that 2. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 runners on here in the top of the 5th. Ball popped out to the right side. That'll get foul for
Right in the back of the truck.
a little souvenir
There
to
you
take home
go.
with them. Count stays 2-2 with 2 outs here. Again, fouls that one off. Good at bat right here for Hargis. Excuse me, McGar. Fighting off some good pitches. Count stays 2-2 with 2 outs. Ground ball to the right side, fielded by Stevens. He'll touch the bag for the 3rd out of the inning.
Nice inning.
1 run scores after 4.5. Longhorns 5, P Ridge 3.
The Longhorns, the bottom of the fifth. Our left fielder, number 3, Jace Hens.
Jace Kent stepped in the plate here to lead off bottom of the 5th inning. Kent's reached base both at bats thus far in the game with a single back on the first and a hit by pitch in the second. Takes outside for ball 1. Again, I look at it, I mean, if they haven't reached base, they've had an RBI. So, I mean, it's just been a really good day for the Longhorns as Kent takes for ball 2, bring the count to 2-0. Ball catches the outside corner for strike 1. Count now 2-1 to Kent. Missing outside right there. 3-1. Hard ground ball to the right side. Played by the second baseman. Not going to be in time. Kent hustles that one out. Leadoff runner reaches again.
I don't think people realize how quickly he moves that.
He can move. He can absolutely fly. Ethan Weatherly stepping into the plate. Weatherly hit by a pitch in the first and hit into an inning-ending fielder's choice back in the second. No outs here. Kent on first. Weatherly at the plate. Bottom of the 5th inning. Takes outside in the dirt for ball 1. Situationally, is this an opportunity maybe try to get a little head start, let Jace's speed wreak a little bit of havoc on the base paths as Weatherly takes strike 1. I could tell the viewers at home if I remembered what Hallman's signs are. Used to be able to do that. As Kent goes. Strike right there, delivered to Weatherly, and Kent steals second.
Slid right under him, actually.
Stolen base. For the runner in scoring position.
Kent steals second now. Weatherly sets the plate with a 1-2 count. This is outside, bringing the call to count to 2-2. Fights that one off. Going to stay in. Nice play by the catcher right there for the first out of the inning. He pops straight up to the catcher in foul territory.
The catcher brings up our first baseman, number 24, Cash Stevens.
Stepping to the plate now, first baseman Cash Stevens had a single and an RBI back in the first. Flew out on a long drive to left field back in the 3rd inning. Put a good charge in that baseball, just not quite enough. Takes outside for ball 1. Takes outside again for ball 2. Count now 2-0 for Stevens with 1 out here. Runner on second. Bottom of the 5th inning. P Ridge kind of clawing their way back into this one, just chipping away at that Longhorn lead. Takes strike 1 right there, and Kent steals third. Ball gets away from the third baseman on the throw, and he'll scamper to the plate.
Our runner steals third and scores on the air.
Count now 2-1 as we take a break from the action for a meeting at the mound. The Longhorns leading 6-3. Cash Stevens fouls that one straight back, bringing the count to 2-2. 2-2-1 out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Ball's lifted to left field. Left fielder settles under it for the second out of the inning.
Fly out to the left fielder for the second out of the inning. Brings up our third baseman, number 7, Easton Holman.
Easton Holman stepping to the plate. A couple ground outs to the left side thus far, back in the first and the third inning. Looking for his first high school hit as we settle in here with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth inning. Takes off speed for strike 1. This is low and in the dirt for ball 1. Count now stands 1-1. This is high right there for ball 2. Longhorn's able to scratch one across thus far in the inning, hoping to maybe scratch a couple more off, get a little more breathing room in this one, as that one's grounded to the left side, played by the third baseman, fired across the diamond. Nice pick by the first baseman right there. After that 5-3 put out, Longhorns as we head to the top of the 6th. Longhorns 6, Pea Ridge 3.
Number 7, Hamilton Williams.
McConnell still in the bump as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Leading off for Pea Ridge, pitcher Hamilton Williams hit a walk back in the 2nd and a walk in the 4th. One strike here in the top of the 6th inning with the Longhorns leading 6-3. Ground ball to the left side, fielded just off the glove of Castleman right there. That error will put Hamilton Williams at first base, the first base runner of the inning.
The runner gets on, bringing up number 22, Darren Fletcher.
Darren Fletcher stepping to the plate. Fletcher thus far today has a strikeout in the 2nd inning and a strikeout back in the 4th. Gets it outside corner for strike 1 right there. Got time called here. Third base coach wants to have a little conversation. Fletcher steps back in with an 0-1 count. Runner on first base. Squares the bunt. Right back to the pitcher. McConnell steps and throws to first. Just clips enough of the bag for the first out of the inning.
Sacrifice bunt, 1-3 put out. Who's the runner in
Sack bunt
scoring
right there
position?
advances the
Number
runner
13,
to second
Binge.
on that 1-3 put out. Step to the plate now, back to the top of the order. Jace Binge. Binge with a walk, a double, and a ground out to the third baseman thus far today. Thomas is high and outside for ball one. Connell checks the runner, sets, and delivers. Swings through strike one, bringing the count to 1-1. Took a peek into the bullpen, saw JT Barnett warming up. Barnett's done a great job this year coming in and getting out. It's a great job right there by Finn Atchison blocking that ball so it doesn't get away and allow the runner to advance. Count now 2-1 to Binge. This is in the dirt right there, but ball skips away, allowing the runner to advance to third base. That wild pitch allows Hamilton Williams to advance.
Runner advances to third on a wild pitch.
3-1 count now with runner on third, one out here in the top of the sixth inning. This is high right there for ball four. Runners on the corners now. It's Parker Wiles steps to the plate. Got a visit to the mound here.
Brings up number 10, Parker Wiles.
With this mound visit, we'll take a break from the action with your Longhorns leading 6-3.
pitching for our Longhorns is number 22, JT Barnett.
McConnell's day ends. 2 innings pitched, 1 K, 3 walks, 1 hit, and 1 run allowed. Replacing him on the mound, JT Barnett. Barnett inherits runners on first and third. Great ball right up the middle. Diving play by Campbell right there. Flip to second. Double play turn by Castleman. It's plays like that. Those are the types of plays you see on late night TV on ESPN, preceded with the da-na-na, da-na-na. Great play by Campbell right there, turning 2. That gets them out of the jam. 1 pitch, 2 outs for JT Barnett after 5.5. Longhorns 6, P Ridge 3.
Leading off for our Longhorns in the bottom of the 6th, our right fielder, number 10, Zane Howard. Now pitching for the Blackhawks is number 2, Rhett Hargis.
All right, on the mound right now for P Ridge, Rhett Hargis. Stepping to the plate, lead off Zane Howard. Takes strike 1 right there. Howard 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored. Longhorns again leading here in the bottom of the 6th, 6-3. Takes in the dirt for ball 1, bringing the count to 1-2. Or excuse me, 1-1. Houston, what do you think of being on the mic? We haven't heard your voice in a while, so I got to get you talking.
It's pretty good. I like it. I think I just get so focused in on the game that
I
forget to speak.
And it's been a great game. I mean,
Yeah.
Longhorns, obviously, we got off to a great start. 5 quick runs in the first 2 innings, and then they started, P Ridge did what they're supposed to do. Started chipping away, closing that gap. Couldn't ask for a better situation if you're a Longhorn fan to end the last half inning with a great diving stop by Campbell, flip to Castleman, and turn a nice double play.
Yeah.
Zane Howard swings through strike 3 right there for the first out of the inning.
Well, the big thing I've noticed so far is a lot of new faces. Like, I don't feel like there's many returning starters from last year.
Nope. I mean, it's just 3 to 4 that have a lot of experience at the varsity level. So, and you're finding success, across the board. As senior Micah Schwing steps to the plate. Schwing 0 for 0 today on 3 consecutive walks as he takes low for ball 1. Schwing, one of the few that has a lot of varsity experience. As you stated and we all saw, and you fans at home saw, blazing speed on the base paths. Get him on and he can wreak a little bit of havoc. Takes low and away for ball 2. Check that 2-0. Misses in the dirt for ball 3. Three-0 count here with one out in the bottom of the 6th. Catches the outside corner for strike 1, bring it to 3-1. Ground to the left side of the shortstop.
Oh, missed it.
Tough play right there, and I'll say it like this, even if he picks that one up clean, I feel hard-pressed to say that he wouldn't already had a single anyways. I feel like he beats it. Slow roller like that, I feel he beats it out.
Charlie Castleman.
On my scorecard, I'm giving him a single, so. I'm not the official scorebook, though, so we'll see what they put.
Yeah.
Stepping to the plate now, Castleman. Castleman got on base with an error in the first, sack bunt in the second, strikeout in the fourth. Looking to really help open this game up for the Longhorns. Takes for strike 1. Castleman, another one with a lot of experience coming back from.
A lot of experience.
Having played for a lot of experience the last few years at the varsity level.
Playing at a very high level, really all throughout his life, honestly.
Swing picked off, or caught stealing at second. Great throw by the catcher right there.
Caught stealing the second out of the inning.
That'll clear the bases with Castleman at the plate with a 1-1 count. Takes in the dirt for ball 2. Castleman didn't seem too happy with that. Thought he had ball 2, but nonetheless, ball count now 2-2 with that strike. 2-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Swings through strike 3 right there. Longhorns, as we end the 6th inning, Longhorns lead 6-3, hoping to shut the door and end this in the next half inning.
Leading off for the Blackhawks. In the top of the 7th, number 12, Christopher Barnes.
Picking up action here in the top of the 7th inning with your Longhorns leading 6-3. The plate right now, Christopher Barnes, number 12. Barnes over 3 thus far in the day. 0-1 count. High fly ball to right center field. Tracked down by Schwing for the first out of the inning. 3 pitches thus far for JT Barnett, 3 outs on those 3 pitches. One thing you love to see, and I've had the pleasure of seeing with JT since he was 4 years old, is when he's on the mound, he throws strikes. He hits his spots. He puts the ball in play and trusts his defense to make the plays for him. And as we've seen so far, they've done that as that ball's fouled off to the right side, out of play. Count goes to 0-1. Kale Wade at the plate. Fielder's choice back in the first, walk in the second, and an RBI ground out in the 5th. Fly ball to right field. Howard chases it down.
Nice.
Gets there in time, right on the line. Good range, as we talked about earlier. That speed in the outfield is pretty unbelievable. 5 pitches, 4 outs thus far for JT Barnett. Pretty impressive stat.
Yeah, very good.
And if I believe it, I think he's got 5 pitches, 5 strikes. First ball of the day misses just high for ball 1. Got a lot of looks at me right now because I believe I just spoke that ball into existence. I have 4 eyeballs staring holes through my soul right there. This is high for ball 2. Count 2-0 with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Over the heart of the plate right there for strike 1. 2-1 count now. Ground ball left side, fielded by Castleman. Fired across the diamond for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will end the ball game. Longhorns find a way to squeak this one out after a great start to the day, 6-3. Looking at the pitching totals for today, Xander Williams at the start went 3 1/3 with 1 K, 4 walks, 1 hit, and 2 runs. Coming into relief for him is Reed McConnell went 2 complete innings, 1 K, 3 walks, 1 hit, 1 run. JT Barnett steps in for 1 2/3 and shuts it down. Great day for the Longhorns. Great way to start the tournament. Great pitching. Just kept him at bay. Didn't allow situationally many runs to score, and you always got to be happy when you can leave with a win like that. So heading to day 2, tomorrow, Friday at 10 a.m. The Longhorns will take the field again. Houston, thank you for being on the call for me.
Thanks for having me.
It was a lot of fun, and we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Everyone have a great evening.